Jesus' first miracle was at a wedding in Cana. There's a lot more to this event than water being turned into wine. Encoded in this miracle is a blueprint for the entire ministry of Jesus. Let's pore over this together. When Mary asks Jesus to make more wine, she's not asking him as her son, she's asking him as the Messiah. Think about it. No one would ask their son to make more wine, because that's impossible. They didn't have convenience stores back then either. They all knew that running out of wine during a wedding feast was a huge embarrassment that would bring great shame on the entire family. With that in mind, maybe Isaiah 25:8 is what came into Mary's mind. It says, "He will swallow up death forever. The sovereign Lord will wipe away all tears. He will remove forever all insults and mockery against his land and people. The Lord has spoken." The Messiah was to remove all insults and mockery against his people. But there's a huge clue in Jesus' response to the request recorded in John 2:4. Jesus said to her, "Woman, what does your concern have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." Jesus is not being disrespectful. Jesus knows that Mary is asking him to be the Messiah. However, it's not time for his first coming yet. Jesus' true first coming was on Palm Sunday, when he entered the east gate on a donkey on precisely the day foretold by Daniel. Jesus never did anything because he wanted to. He did it because the Father told him. We see this in John chapter 5, verse 30. "I can of myself do nothing. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is righteous, because I do not seek my own will, but the will of the Father who sent me." So the hour Jesus was referring to was the hour of his arrest, the hour which began the redemption of mankind. Back to the wedding, Jesus asks for 6 water pots to be filled. The jars that were used for purification rituals, so Jesus is using water that would be purified or made into holy wine. According to what was written, this would be about a 120 to 180 gallons of water that became wine. Water plays a crucial role in many aspects of life and spirituality. It is not just a physical necessity, but also carries deep symbolic meaning. Water in the Bible is very important. We see that the location of the Last Supper was chosen by following a man carrying a pitcher of water. Keeping in mind our bodies are roughly 60% water as adults, and infants can be up to 78% water. Jesus said those who would cause a little child to go astray would be drowned in deep water with a heavy stone around their neck. If you recall, Jesus calmed not one, but 2 storms while the disciples were on the water. When Legion was cast into the pigs, they ran into the water. The Jews found their freedom from Egypt by passing through the water. In baptism, we signify our new life after we are drawn out of water. From water to wine to blood, the symbolism of water in the Bible is profound. Water is not just a physical element. It represents transformation, cleansing, and life itself. We don't know at what point the water became wine. All we know is when the servant took the cup to the master of the feast, it was wine when he drank it. This wine will continue through the ministry of Jesus until the Last Supper, where Jesus will tell the disciples the wine is his blood. In the Passover Seder, there are 4 cups of wine. Jesus skipped cup number 2, then created communion on cup 3. Cup 3 represents redemption. This is striking when we remember that the water became wine, and in jars used for purification. So, at the wedding, water became wine through purification. Now at communion, the wine becomes blood through redemption. Ephesians chapter 1 verse 7 tells us, "In him we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins, according to the riches of his grace. The Last Supper leads us to the garden, where we are told in Mark chapter 14, verses 35 to 36. He went a little farther, and fell on the ground, and prayed that if it were possible, the hour might pass from him. And he said, Abba, Father, all things are possible for you. Take this cup away from me. Nevertheless, not what I will, but what you will. So, the hour has come, and the cup Jesus skipped in the cedar, cup number 2, has come full circle because it represents judgment. Jesus would not share this cup. Jesus drank the cup of judgment on his own, so we could drink cups 3 and 4, which are redemption and blessing. And now, everything has come full circle. The significance of the cups is complete, bringing the story to its profound conclusion. Soon, Jesus' ministry will come full circle. When the Roman soldier thrust his spear into the side of Jesus, out came water and blood separated, and thus we are reminded of where it started and how it ended. The wedding at Cana, the Last Supper, and the cross are all pivotal events along the progression from water to wine, and wine to blood. As we reflect on these moments, we see the profound journey that Jesus undertook, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary, and ultimately giving his life for humanity. Each event, from Cana to the Crucifixion, is a testament to his divine mission and everlasting love. When Jesus entered the wedding, his ministry was water. At the wedding, his ministry started, becoming wine. At the Last Supper, his ministry ended, transitioning into sacrifice. So the wine became blood. On the cross, his sacrifice was completed, illustrated by the blood and water separating. But because it was from the blood, it was living water. It's this water that we can drink from and never thirst again. Thank you for watching. A full message on the wedding in Cana can be found on the Canton Covenant group channel. Thank you, and have a blessed